Let me start again. That was shit. Welcome back to the Mad Dog Farm. Now, if you've been keeping up with all our little updates on the farm and over on Ben's garage, you'll know that we've got a new tractor. You'll know that we've got a new gyro broyer, topper, rotary mower, bush hog, brush hog. We've also got a rotary tiller. I'm not sure what they call them in France. I'll have to put it across the screen if I remember. Now, this is a Caroni FL1400. 1400, it's 1400 millimeters wide, so that's 1.4 meters. So that's a wider cut than the gyro broyer. That's 1.35. Good make, Caroni, made in Italy. None of this Chinese rubbish. I'm not sure where the gyro broyer's made, but this has got more moving parts. It's got the gearbox like normal. Over on the back, on the side there, it's chain driven. The chain case is filled with grease. The gearbox is filled with oil. I can't remember how many things across there are, but on each one there's 6 tines, because they do some with 4 tines and they do some with 6. This has got 6 on it. Also, down here, I'll just show you. These we can adjust. I can take this off and put it this side and move that one over that side so that we can move the tiller one way or the other. Now, the advantages of doing that is because the tractor is 1.8 meters wide, because it's got those super wide industrial tyres on it. The tiller isn't as wide as the tractor, so you're always going to be running over. What you can do with the tiller, you can offset it slightly so that it's sort of sticking out the side a little bit, so you've only got one wheel running over what you're tilling. It just means that you can't go up and down, you've got to go up, turn, and then you'll get the idea when we start doing it. We're not going to be using this straight away, but this will just be the start of the video, and probably record this later on next week or whenever we actually till up over there. It's got an adjustable flap on the back that's held up with a chain. You can release that, let that down. Now, the idea of the flap is that if you've got it closed, it's like a flower mower type thing. If you've got the flap closed on the flower mower, it mulches up the grass more as it's cutting, because the grass can't fly out the back. It's the same principle with rototilling. When you're tilling up the ground, if all the dirt can fly straight out the back, you're not going to till up so much of it, so you're not going to get it sort of broken up as fine. Depends on what soil you've got. If you've got like really fine clay soil, tilling it up really fine isn't perhaps a good idea, because once it gets wet it will set like concrete. We'll have to just try it, because we have got stuff growing this year, but it's been a bit of a letdown. We think mainly due to the soil. So what we're going to be doing sort of autumn into the winter is working the soil, getting organic matter back into the soil, compost, grass cuttings, mulchings, all that kind of thing back into the soil. It hasn't got the nutrients for the stuff to grow properly. Don't get me wrong, it is growing. We've got vegetables, we've had salad out of the garden, we've got tomatoes growing, we've had potatoes in the ground until we got blight. Once we start working organic matter back into the soil and start, because it is very clayfied, the top layer of the dirt, you can break it up as much as you like. Once it rains, it sort of sets to like a bit of a crust, but once you break through that crust, underneath it's all nice and loose. So we'll work a bit of organic matter in, some compost and bits and pieces. So if we can do all that through the autumn into the winter and let it rest over the winter, and then back in the spring get back on it and work the soil, that's why we've got this Rotovator. I mean, I was digging out these vegetable plots with a digger. We're not going to have the digger forever. We've still got it, but once we've finished using it, we're going to sell it, because there's no point. It's money sitting here that we're not going to be using. We've invested money in the tractor and these bits of kit because we're going to use them every year. That's the plan anyway. So I'll get back to you when we're hooking up the rototiller to the tractor. We'll show you it in action. I've got the action cams and I'll send the drone up as well. and we'll see what it actually does. We've not ploughed anything up because we haven't got a plough, so it will just be tilling up the ground. Hopefully we'll get some rain, and the rain can soak in and hopefully do its magic. But at the moment it is pretty dry, it is pretty hot, and it's about time to go back indoors and get a nice cold drink. So anyway, we're back to you when we get this hooked up on the tractor, tilling the land. Day two, we're back out on the rototiller. We've just made a couple of adjustments on it. We did 4 beds over here the other day, and I've done 2 over there that had potatoes and stuff in. Potatoes are not done very well, so we've dug them up. Tina's kept out the decent ones. They're only very small, so they'll be all right for salad potatoes. Anyway, today I've made some adjustments so we can go deeper. It was only sort of doing about 2.5 inches yesterday. We've got it on maximum depth now, so I'll just show you down here. Down here you can adjust these. Got holes in it there, look. We can adjust them. That lifts that skid up so that the rototiller can go down into the ground a bit more. And on cue it starts raining. But that should be good, because you'll notice in the last bit of footage it was quite dusty. So I'm going to go over these beds again on this new depth. We'll see what it does, and then we're going to put some compost in the soil, and then I'll just go over it. One of the beds actually, because Tina wants to get a bed sorted. She wants a bed for the strawberries and all the gooseberries and berries and stuff, and then we've got another bed that we're going to do for starting off the garlic, which is going to be sort of towards the end of autumn time, but we'll get that bed all sorted out. We want to sort of do all these beds in autumn so that we can leave it to rest over winter, because you don't want to be tilling the soil in the winter, because what does it do?
It kills off all the beneficial fungus.
If you till it in the winter, it kills off all the beneficial fungus and bits and pieces in the ground that are doing its job.
Which support the worms and
yeah.
microbes.
So we're going to get all the preparation done sort of from now till through autumn. Let it rest over the winter. And then when spring's here again, we'll go through, till it all again, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, with a bit of organic matter in the ground and stuff, we'll be good to go. So I'll get on the tractor, I nearly called it a digger. I'll get on the tractor and we'll get tilling. concludes this video of the Caroni FL1400 Rotatiller. We've got a bit more to do, but we won't bore you with the details. You've seen it in action. I'll do another review in a year's time when we've had it for a year and we've used it quite a bit. But for now, this is the Caroni FL1400 Rototiller. Rotary hoe. So, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. From me and the Hobbit, it's bye for now.